Hey guys.
I know y'all thought I wasn't going live. I know that's what y'all thought. Oh, I wonder if my other live stream is still going. I wonder if the video I uploaded, is that still going? Yeah, that's still going. Oh, no. Maybe it's not. Oh, yeah, it's still going. So hopefully y'all come over here. Appreciate y'all joining me. Like I said, I know y'all thought I wasn't going live. I knew I wasn't going live till sometime in the afternoon. And here we are. So let me go ahead and set up the live stream. Let me do this first. Y'all not gonna say I ain't doing no live. Let me do this first. Y'all not gonna say I ain't doing no live. Pause. Cap, can you play my song? What song is? Oh, Tazaryach. I don't know. I think did you sent me your song, right? I think you sent me a song, if I'm not mistaken. Am I ready for the Shamoun debate? I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna talk about the Shamoun debate. Y'all kind of disappoint me a little bit. Now, when I say y'all disappoint me a little bit, if it don't apply, let it fly. But y'all disappoint me a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm coming. All right. I gotta see if I could find that song. If I could find that song, I'll definitely bring it in there. So welcome to my TikTok audience. I appreciate y'all joining me. Make sure y'all heard the video. Oh, wait, I think I turned the join off. Oh, let me change that. Let me go settings, available spots for guests, allow live guests, auto accept. Everyone. All right. So I turned it on auto accept. What's up, Ali? I see you up in here. I just want to give you a run. Holy Ozio, you got a question or comment?
Yeah. What's up, bro? I got a question.
What's your question? Yes, auto accept. You got I don't know if I'm playing in your background now. I turned it on auto accept because I can hear myself talking in the background. Yeah,
there it goes.
All right, there you go. We straight now. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
So what does the One West, or specifically the camp that you're in, teach about the cosmology of the world? Do y'all believe we're in the firmament? Do you believe in the globe?
We believe we're in the firmament because that's what the text says. Now, where the question comes in usually is about flat or round, and we don't concern ourselves with that. We call that like a weed conversation.
Okay, I see.
Reason why we say that is because the Bible, like in Isaiah, say the Bible will say circle the earth. And so the flat earther will say, yeah, that circle is a flat circle. Those that believe the earth is round will say it's like a basketball. We don't care.
Okay.
What I would say is that we see a circle of a sun, we see the circle of a moon, we see the circle of the stars. So if there's any level of consistency, it would seem it's more like that.
Exactly. And you guys would teach that there's water above, which is why the sky will be blue?
No, we don't teach that there's water above. Okay. What we teach is what separates, that's where the firmament comes into play. The reason why it's described as water is because you move in outer space the same way you move in water. So we still look at that as outer space. The firmament allows the gases of oxygen to remain here. Out once you get up outside the firmament, you're outside of those gases. And so, and you know, in the beginning, when it says in the Bible, when it says in the beginning, the earth was without form, that's the earth in its elemental state. And so when it says, let there be light in the center of the earth, they call it the earth's core. That's the light. Once that light forms, it allows the gases and all the elements to come together. Now the earth begins to take the form that it's taking.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, that's the only question I had.
No sweat, I appreciate it, man.
All right.
All right, y'all, I'm going to play a song real fast while I do these shares. Let me see. Tazaryach, you got to sing your song again. But somebody just gave a super chat, said they want to hear how it feels to be black. So I'm going to play that song, Blazing. I see you just joined, but I'm going to play this song first, and then I'll take your question. So let me
Sir.
All right, no sweat, brother. Let me just get this song together. Brother did pay for it, so we're going to play it.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace. Tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards. They don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs and try to fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing. He was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah. You don't know.
Hey, hold on. Hey, King David, hold on 1 second. I'll take your questions after this song.
Level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life is crippled, try to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk of life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah.
You don't know how I feel to be black. You don't know how I feel to be black. This song do go hard. This song do go hard.
Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
All right, we back, y'all. Back on the live stream. Appreciate y'all joining Car Chronicles with Captain Tazaryach. On my YouTube, I titled the live stream. What did I title this live stream? I titled the live stream, White Men Say the B Word, Renee Good deserved to get shot. I'm going to play the video where they said that. And then Shamoun will lose this debate badly. I got a debate coming up Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's myself versus Shamoun. The subject is Jesus the Most High God? Which I'm going to tell y'all right now, this subject of is Jesus the Most High God is the easiest subject to debate a Christian. Yes, I'm debating him Tuesday. This Tuesday, if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see the link. The live stream is already created. It's for Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern. All right. For those that are on YouTube, if you want to call in, the phone number to call in is 862-224-9027. Of course, to my TikTok people, I have it set to auto accept you. So if anybody is in the audience and you want to come up, You can definitely come up. Hey, Picard, if you could raise your hand and join so you can kind of mod the chat or the channel, we greatly appreciate that. So we do have 2 people on TikTok. We're going to start with Blazing, then I'm going to come to David. So Blazing, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, how do I join y'all, man?
Where you from? Where you live at?
I'm in Florida.
Oh, I'm gonna give you the number for Florida. That's how easy it is. You're gonna call that number, and you're gonna speak to the officer in charge of Florida, and he's gonna tell you where the classes are, how to check in, and what to do. So let me know when you're ready for the number. You there, Blazer?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, no sweat. You ready for the number?
Yeah, go ahead.
904-405-5183. All right. You give that number a call, and they'll take care of you from there. Before I take David, man, I want to highlight a sister. I'm not gonna say the sister's name, but I had a sister call me this morning. She was concerned about her daughter. Her daughter was pregnant. Her daughter, so the mother's in the truth, the sister, her daughter is not in the truth. And this would have been her second deletion of a child. And she was concerned. So I gave her some counsel on it, how to talk to the sister about it, how to talk to her daughter about it. And the sister texted me back and said her daughter's going to keep the baby. So I think, all praise to the Most High for that. And shout out to the sister for giving me a call. And she kind of knew scripture. She just needed, a little push on how to speak. So shout out to that sister. All right. Make sure y'all double tap that screen. Hey, we had 57,000 likes the last live stream we did on TikTok. 57,000. I almost want to say it was in competition because I had 57,000 likes and I had 51,000 views on YouTube after that live. All right. So next I'm gonna go to David. David, you there?
Yeah, man. How are you?
I'm good to go. You got a question or comment?
First off, I want to give you your roses because I seen you on the podcast with I forget the man's name. He's like a podcaster. He's a kid. He's got wild black hair.
Yeah, you talk about Matan. Yep.
Yeah, with the Jews on the other side.
Right.
Or the Jews.
Yeah.
That was amazing, brother. I seen the whole thing and you
killed
it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
So my main question is, how can we?
Hey, no, little. You gotta mute your phone, dude. You gotta at least mute it when you. I don't understand, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, so
like
anyway,
I try to make it like auto connect so they can just join, but then they come like an idiot. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta hit that mute quick with some people.
Yeah.
But anyway, my question is, how can we explain to the naysayers how the tribes of Israel were spread across from Africa? How did they travel? What was their travel routes? And how did they end up in the United States? What's the easiest way to explain it?
The easiest way to explain it, to the caller that just joined, if you can mute your phone, I'll come to you right after I finish this call on TikTok. If you can just mute your phone, please. Thank you. So the easiest way to explain it is when Jerusalem fell in 70 AD, that's when you can see in the history over 1 million Jews fled into Africa because Rome had sacked Jerusalem, and then that's how we got into Africa, and then we migrated and lived in Africa for thousands of years, almost 1,000 years. And then when the transatlantic slave trade came, that's when that's how we got to America. I want to shout out my brother Rob Bourne. I got to send him another set of Body Brothers. He just put me on to this book called, I'm gonna tell you the name of the book too. He just put me on to this book called Light and Truth, collected from the Bible and Ancient Modern History, written in the 1830s by a black man. And he broke down how black people were the Jews and the Native Americans were the Israelites as well.
Can you explain how the Native Americans migrated and how that?
So the Native So the Native Americans, the Taino Indians, they migrated before us. In a book called in the Bible, 2nd Ezra chapter 13 verse 40, it'll tell you that when the northern kingdom was taken into the Assyrian captivity, they traveled over here to a land called Arsareth, where mankind did not dwell. So they actually got here before us. And the transatlantic slave trade actually takes place from North America to Spain first, then from Africa to America. You can get a good book called Lost Tribes in Promised Land. They will actually tell you that they're from the tribe of Reuben. Tribe of Joseph is on an island nearby, which is Ephraim and Manasseh. So they will actually give you their actual history.
What's the author on that book?
Ronald Sanders. It's called Lost Tribes in Promised Land. If you go to Amazon, you can get it right off of there.
And lastly, what are your beliefs on the ongoing trope that the blacks in America, or at least a good portion of them, are of the original Aborigines of America?
What I think that comes from is like, so you can have what you call like dark-skinned natives over here, or indigenous people. And because we suffer from colorism, if we see a black Indian, we assume that they're black. Like they can't just be a dark-skinned native Indian. So when it comes to that, that's really dark-skinned Indians that were over here. And another good book to get is called The Black Indians. The Black Indians is a good book to get because it'll tell you when we came over here, when the blacks came over here in slavery, we actually joined with the Native Indians, so we lived amongst them for some time, and that's why the white man started letting Native Indians own black slaves and started letting black people essay the Native Indians to create animosity between us. So a lot of that comes from just having dark-skinned Indians, and we thinking only Indians can be light-skinned. So if they black, then they must be
So
black.
if that's the case and they enslaved us, the natives, do you think that's our tribe brothers enslaved us?
Our tribe sold them. You know we sold Joseph, right, in the Bible.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean being wicked to a fellow brother is damn near in our DNA, unfortunately. Just look at the history of Israel. Before we came over into America, that I just told you had a whole northern kingdom. Why did you have a northern kingdom? Because they split from Israel because they wanted to have their own. Because we always had some type of civil war. That's how we get conquered. We get
Do you think that the YT Jews in Israel, you think that
Jesus was not black. Jesus was not black.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus was a white man, you nigger.
Okay, thank you.
They prove our point even further. You see, they get so angry.
Yeah, they get angry. Listen, man. Listen, they get angry when you start talking about Jesus is black.
So it's crazy because I was just about to ask you, do you think that the white J man knows who we are?
Yes. Listen, everybody knows who we are.
I have a question.
Well, you gotta wait a second.
Sorry.
You just gotta wait a second. So everybody knows who we are. When you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it'll tell you the tabernacles of Edom, the Moabites, the Hagarenes, Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre, Ishmael. All the tribes on the earth know who we are and are a confederate against us. The only ones that don't know who we are is us.
It's growing, brother. It's growing, and thanks to your leadership, I appreciate
Most
you.
High in Christ. No problem. I appreciate it. So now to Sprinkle and John, I just got one call on the phone. I'm going to take that call, and then I'm going to come to Sprinkle first, and then John second. Caller, you on the line? I think you're calling from Italy. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo, bro.
Okay, you're gonna act with
more,
I'm good to go. You're gonna act with more discipline than you did yesterday, right?
Yeah, bro. I'm disciplined now. I accept that I was kind of.
Yeah,
I wanted to make multiple points at a time.
Yeah, you was rude as you was rude as hell. So let's just no. And I want you to talk too, but I don't want to try to go over 5 topics in one conversation. So give me the topic that you want to. Got you. So give me the topic you want to discuss, and we can go from there. What's your question?
So the topic is basically what we were talking about today before you hung up, and it's basically you were talking about how, in your opinion, the Jews didn't reject Jesus because there were 12 apostles, and also other people were probably tens or maybe even hundreds of people who followed him and were Jews.
Right. I think we
agreed. I want to ask you.
I think we agreed because you made a point to say that it was the Jews in power that rejected Christ. And I agree with that. It wasn't like the poor Jews. It wasn't the poor children of Israel. It wasn't the poor. They loved Christ. They seen Christ make the miracles, Christ feed them, Christ teaching them. But the Jews that was in power by the Romans, they're the ones that rejected him. And I think you had said that, and so I actually had agreed with you at that point.
Yeah, but they did reject him because not only the, let's say, the elite, but also most people who were present during, you know, Jesus versus Barabbas, who were free. It clearly says that the crowd basically said crucify him. So I kind of doubt that, you know, because
say that one more time.
Say
that one more time. I didn't hear you.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
That during the.
You got some wind. It's like a wind. I don't know if you're outside, but there's a wind when you're talking.
Yeah, probably is that. So when they were deciding between Jesus and Barabbas, right?
Right.
Yeah, the crowd screamed, "Crucify him!"
Why did they scream? Why did they scream that? You're right. Why did they scream that?
Because they wanted to crucify him. Yes.
Little more.
Why did you think they screamed that?
Because because the leadership was yelling it. And then just like any mob, you ever see a mob where it take a couple people to yell something out and then everybody just joins in?
White people.
Yeah, but
that's why that was.
All right, I see we agree on this.
Right.
You know, I wanna shift to one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
That for example, I heard that you think that like Jesus is black and Jews are black.
Right.
A lot of everyone's black, basically.
No, we don't think everybody. No, we don't think
but
everyone is
a
black.
lot of people.
Let me give you. No. Actually, no. So we don't think Africans are black. We don't think Arabs are black. We only think the Israelites are black.
Why is that?
Because Africans know who they are. Like if you go to an African and ask them who they are, they're gonna say they're from Nigeria, they're from Libya, they're from whatever tribe or village that they're from. The reason why us in America say that we're black is because our identity was taken away from us and the term black was slapped on us. So when we talk about a black person, we're talking about black people that came over here on enslaved ships. We're never talking about Africans ever. I'm never calling an African a black person. Whenever I say black people,
Africans you can say.
No, I can't say Africans are black because Africans are not my people. Just like, you know, Arabs are dark skin.
Well,
You got Arabs that have brown skin, dark skin. You got East Indians that have brown skin, dark skin. But nobody ever tries to say right. But when I say I'm black, you don't ever think of East Indians and you don't ever think of Arabs. The African
black just means like African ancestry, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but we don't have that. We're not African though.
No, you're not African because
for example, you familiar with Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
Is he South African?
Yeah, he's South African.
But
in that sense, yeah.
But he's
African.
Right, but he's white though, right?
In color, yes.
Right. Hey, John, you got to be quiet. I'm gonna just boot you, man. You keep unmuting. That's not how this room runs. Appreciate it. So, even though Elon Musk is African, South African, he's South African because of where the land that he was born in. His ethnicity is still white. His citizenship is South African. So when we migrated into Africa, we still were Israelites. If we would have came over in America, right? If we would have came over here in slavery in America, but we would have never had our identity. You gotta let me finish though. If we would have came over here in slavery and they would have never took our identity away, made it to where we couldn't read XYZ like that, we would know where we come from and we wouldn't be calling ourselves black. We would have the memory, we would have the oral tradition of who we were. So Africans still have their tradition of who they are. White people like Elon Musk still have the tradition of who they are, no matter where they are born. Chinese people, like even when you walk up to an Asian, and if that Asian and you like when I see Asians, I just say Chinese, and that person might say I ain't Chinese, I'm Korean. I'm not Korean, I'm Vietnamese. I might be Japanese. I don't know the difference, but they do. So black people are the only ones that, man, John, you got to go, man. You got to go, man. Like, so blacks are the only ones that can use that term black because we were the only ones slapped with that. We were the only ones slapped with that as our race. You understand? James, you know I was right to put him down. I told him he had to stop talking. He wouldn't stop talking. Good. I'll take one more question because I do have a person on TikTok.
So I don't get why the Table of Nations says there were 3 sons of Noah.
Right.
Shem, Ham, and Yafet. So
you are. No, Sprinkle. You're right after this caller, Sprinkle. Good. You said the Table of Nations what? Then this is the last question, all right? You said the Table of Nations what?
Yeah, this is the last question. Yeah, the Table of Nations, the Jewish, the people that Israel, they don't come from Ham, they come from Shem. All the African nations, like Cush,
they're not
Ethiopia, and all of them. And Egypt,
Ham. Well, Shem wouldn't be the African nations. Ham are where the African.
No.
Yeah, Ham is.
Shem would be the Semite.
Right. Shem is the Semite, what they call Semites. Right. Ham would be the African. Ham would be the African nations today. So the so-called Jew does come from Shem. He's actually from the tribe of Amalek. Right, that's his Edomite tribe.
From the tribe of Amalek.
Yeah, even though he tries to lay claim of Ashkenaz because he stole it, biblically speaking.
Yeah, the Ashkenaz and Edomite.
Ashkenaz are not Edomites. Amalek are Edomites, and that's where the so-called Jew comes from.
Both of them close. They're not, but both of them do. Yeah.
Right, they're not Ashkenaz at all. All right. All right, I appreciate the call, man. You was a lot better today, so if you call them on, definitely take your call.
All right. I didn't get why the Jews were black, but yeah, I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me answer that for you. The reason why we say the Jews are black is because we're saying the Jews are us. That's why we say that. Because right now, currently, there's a people out there that are white looking that say that they are the Jews, but they don't have no connection. So when we go into the Bible, for example, and it describes the Israelites with having woolly hair, it describes the Israelites with having brown skin. It describes the Israelites when Solomon says, I am black. If Solomon is saying he's black and beautiful, and then you got this so-called Jew saying the Jews are white, it's just not lining up. So that's why we do that.
What do you think he's black and beautiful?
Song of Solomon 1:5. It says, I'm black but comely. Yep. All right, thank you, man. If you want to call tomorrow, I appreciate it, but take care, all right?
All right, bye.
All right, no sweat. All right, next up is Sprinkle on TikTok. And then, wait, before you go, Sprinkle, to Junior that keep typing in the chat, man, why don't you just join the live stream? We can have a conversation about it right after I talk to Sprinkle. What's up, Sprinkle?
Hello. So I'm very interested in this topic, right? I was born and raised in Toronto. My mother is Somali Yibber. I don't know if you've heard about the Yibber people in the Horn of Africa.
What's your dad?
We're Jews, Hebrews. My dad's Eritrean.
Your dad is Eritrean? So that's like Ethiopian. That's like Ethiopian. Yibber. That's like Ethiopian area, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother's her tribe, her clan, they are called Yibbers, and so they have this folklore where they remember that they were Hebrews before they became Muslim, so they were forced into Islam.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out if there's a connection.
There could be a connection from your mother's side.
This is East Africa.
Right. There could be a connection from your mother's side, but your father's side being Ethiopian people are Hamite.
Eritrean.
Right. They are Hamitic people. They're not Israelites. So
they are Cushites.
Right. They're Cushites. So you still wouldn't be an Israelite. Your mama's side might be an Israelite. But because your father's side and you are what your father is, and he's from Cush, you would actually be a Cushite, not an Israelite.
Okay.
Yeah. So your mama
Okay,
could
that's
be.
interesting.
Yeah.
So
So your mama could be
know
one
that.
of us, but you wouldn't be one of us.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. I'm gonna stick around and listen.
Yeah, you can stick around. Yeah, that's fine. You can stick around if you want to stick around. All right. I wanted the guy Jay that was talking all that trash in the chat. He could have came up on the stage, man. It'd have been very interesting to hear from him. James, what's up, James? You got a question or comment?
Yo, what's good, boss? Yeah, honestly, I just got a quick question. Like, with this information that we know, and more and more people waking up, where do you see the landscape of America, like in the future? You know, because there's a lot of messed up stuff going on, and I feel like with enough people waking up spiritually, we can just have a moment to where.
Cool. But are you trying to make America? Are you trying to have America stand or fall?
I'm trying to have. Well, there's two types of Americas. There's America as a corporation, and there's also America as the land.
With either one. Either
I
one.
want the corporation of America to fall. Yes.
Yeah, I want both of them. That land
I feel like,
and the corporation.
In retrospect, who else is going to run America because in the future there's not going to be any more white people. Okay, they're not really.
There ain't gonna be no America either. America is what the Bible calls the lake of fire. That's America. Mm-hmm. When America gets nuked,
right,
it'll be the lake of fire. So I'm like, all this turmoil in America. You see the Civil War, they shooting white women left and right. I got this video I'm gonna play where the guy said, the white man watches the video and said, yeah, the bitch deserved it.
I saw that.
Yeah, and then you see the uprising between white versus white. This is a great time. So as the information of us being Israel comes out, what we should be doing is obeying the Most High. We should be keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and praying for more of the fall of America. We should be praying for more upheavals. Just imagine, ICE was started by Donald Trump, embraced by white people, and now ICE is shooting white people and shooting the white woman involved. Listen, that lets you
most protected. And I just quickly.
I don't think she listen. Before you add, I don't think the white woman is the most protected. I would likely see that the white man does not love that white woman like they say they love the white woman.
I was just about to say they're not the most protected. What's actually going on, it's sort of like the Wizard of Oz, where we watched Renee get killed. The veil got lifted.
You got to say deleted or something like that on TikTok. You can't say like the K word. So you can say
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, she got deleted. And so the thing is like people are starting to realize these people really don't care. White men don't really care about white women like they say they do.
Not as much. You know what it is?
White men are the perpetrators towards white women, and when it comes to like jail and court, they're oftentimes protected.
And here's the root of understanding the white man. The white man loves to delete people more than he loves them. If you can understand that, you can like in Genesis 27, when it comes to Esau, he was blessed with the sword. Being blessed with the sword is everything that he does comes with unaliving first, talking second. That's what he did with Renee. Renee good. And when they watch that video, in the video, when you're looking at Renee, she's smiling. I don't have no problem with you. I don't have no problem with you. Right. And what you're seeing and what America is seeing from how diabolically evil the white man is, who would say, who have we seen on video saying, I can't breathe, I don't have no problem with you, I don't want to get nothing done to you? It's been us. We're on video. I remember Eric Garner is getting choked out. And as he's getting choked out, he's saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. But the white man is so merciless. Him saying I can't breathe does not stop him from being unalive, because the white man loves the unalive. So as this white lady is on camera saying to the cop that shot her, I don't have no problem with you. I don't have no problem with you. And then tries to drive away from the cop. The cop says, I'm going to shoot you anyway. White people, what white women learned this week is that the white man loves killing. I'm saying that one time, I hope they don't strike. I said that one time, I hope that don't strike me on TikTok. The white man loves doing that more than he loves even his own female. That's what we're learning. If he had to pick between deleting somebody or sleeping with that somebody, he's gonna choose deleting every time. Every single time. That's what we're learning. I'm gonna try to get to the other people on here because I do want to play this video. But James, you ain't gotta leave, and I'm gonna cycle through the calls. While I got 99 people here on TikTok, my goal today is 60,000 likes because I got 57,000 last live stream. Let's see if we could beat that. So if y'all can go crazy with the hearts, it definitely helps the algorithm and keeps people here. So if you could definitely do that, I would greatly appreciate it. To my YouTube audience, because I'm streaming live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. To my YouTube audience, we got 300 some odd people in here. We only got 180 likes. You know what I'm going to tell you. Go ahead and double tap that screen real quick. Go ahead and run to your phone because you might be listening on your Bluetooth. Just come back, double tap that screen, and then we can get busy. Also, if y'all want to call on YouTube, it's 862-224-9027 is the number to call. We got next up is Jason. What's up, Jason? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, what's going on, Kev? How you doing today?
I'm good to go. How about yourself?
Doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
I had one thing to ask you, but I just wanted to touch real quick. I know you like to keep it to one, but
no. I only keep it to one when I'm winding down. So we just started.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk about where you keep saying Solomon says he's black. Where do you get that teaching from, bro?
Song of Solomon 1:5, and that's not only my understanding. Even the Jewish rabbis that are impersonating us say the same thing, because Song of Solomon is a duet. Song of Solomon, the whole, I think it's 8 or 12 chapters. Let me see real fast. With all the chapters in Song of Solomon, it's a duet between him and his wife. So it's 8 chapters. So in some verses, it's him talking. Some verses, it's the woman talking. It's a back and forth. Like imagine a song between a man and a woman. You're going to hear the song, the man going to sing a verse, then the woman's going to come and sing a verse. So that's what Song of Solomon is. So even the Jewish rabbis, because there's a good book called Nature Knows No Color Line, and when the Jewish rabbis break down Song of Solomon 1:5, what they say is, they say, yeah, Solomon was black at that time, but you know, over time, when you move out of that region, you get lighter. That's their excuse.
No, and I hear you, and I agree that the Jews are, so-called African American black.
Right.
But I'm just saying that when the scripture that says, my skin is black, that's not Solomon speaking.
That's a different verse.
Just curious.
That's not Song of Solomon 1:5. It's because are you talking about when it says my skin is black upon me? Is that what you're talking about?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
That's Job. I think that's Job that you talk about. That's a different verse. The verse
that's in that's in Song of Solomon.
Song of Solomon 1:5.
Song of Solomon. Look upon me because my black is my skin is black.
Song of Solomon 1:5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon.
Who's speaking right there?
That's Solomon.
That's not Solomon.
And to understand that when Christ said, the foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head, who is he talking about?
Are you saying Yahushua?
Yeah.
I don't really get down with that Yahushua. So
you're an Old Testament dude. So to my audience, all right, so be quiet for a second. To my audience, when Christ says the foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head, who is Yahushua talking about? Anybody know? He's talking about himself. He's just talking about himself in third person. That's all. So when Solomon says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon, he's talking about himself in third person.
So someone just came on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it says, so when you just read that, you're still You're still holding on to that Solomon speaking?
Yes.
Cap, go on, Cap. Yeah, I would talk to General, brother. That's not Solomon speaking right there, bro.
I mean,
So,
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that if you can't mute your mic, I'll just block you. Thank you.
I don't know why they keep doing
Yeah,
that.
I don't know
So,
why they. Yeah, I just block them anyway because it sounded like some freaky. It sounded like something freaky was going on in the background.
Right. Well, wait a minute, bring it back up.
Nah. We ain't bringing that freaky stuff up here, man.
All right. So the other one I want to ask you about is, so where you believe that the Israelites get salvation? Then what do you do with Deuteronomy, Cap?
Deuteronomy what?
Well, the whole book of Deuteronomy, but specifically Deuteronomy 30.
You said the whole book of Deuteronomy is salvation for other nations?
No. What I'm saying is, according to the book of Deuteronomy, brother, you do not get no salvation.
Oh, you saying who don't? Israelites don't
Correct.
get salvation?
Absolutely correct.
Why don't they get salvation?
Because the Most High God is prophesying in the book of Deuteronomy.
Mm-hmm.
And now you would believe that the children of Israel are scattered to all nations, correct?
Yes.
How does the Most High God, when he's given a prophecy in Deuteronomy 30, how does he say that you get out of that captivity? Now, this is before. You can't have any other prophet or prophecy or you ain't got to do God gave a prophecy.
You ain't got to do all that. You got to repent.
Okay, so in Deuteronomy 30, is that what it says?
I'm going to read it. It says, it shall come to pass. I got it in front of me. It shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I've set before thee, that thou shalt call to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I come. You said what?
According, and now he says, obey his voice according. So how do you obey the Most High's voice? According to what?
To all that I command thee this day.
And when it says this day, what is it talking about in context?
Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, it's talking about the laws in Deuteronomy 28.
No. It's not talking about the laws in Deuteronomy. Wait, slow down for 1 second, because there's no laws in Deuteronomy 28. What's in Deuteronomy 28 is the blessings for keeping the law and the punishments for breaking the law. So when it says in verse 1, when it talks about call to mind because we're going to be driven to other nations, verse 2 says, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. So that's encompassing all the laws from Exodus, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy. The reason why I base it on Deuteronomy 28, because we get scattered because we're breaking it. So in Deuteronomy 28:1, it says if we keep the commandments, we will be above. Deuteronomy 28:15 says if we break them, all these curses shall come upon us. So keeping the commandments and repenting is how we get gathered back to the Most High.
Okay, do you know what is called the book of the law?
Yeah.
What is called the book of the law?
The Torah.
No, sir.
What is the book of the law?
The book of the law is Deuteronomy, because there are laws in Deuteronomy, starting with Deuteronomy 12. For example, Captain.
So there's none in Leviticus?
16. What's that?
There's none in Leviticus?
Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers was to a different generation that unalived, which in Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers is called the Book of the Covenant. Only Deuteronomy is called the Book of the Law. It tells you that Deuteronomy.
So we don't have to keep. So we don't have to keep the Passover.
Yeah, the Passover is in Deuteronomy. It's
the Passover. The Passover is in Leviticus 23.
I understand, but then God gave a new covenant with a new generation in the plains
So you're
of
telling
Moab.
me, so if I'm to read, so we keep the Passover different in Deuteronomy than we do in Leviticus?
Absolutely.
What's the difference?
Okay, because in Exodus, you can keep the Passover in your backyard, in Atlanta, at the park, in New York. In Deuteronomy 16, the Most High God says you cannot keep the Passover anywhere you want.
Where do you keep the Passover? In the place where?
where he put his name.
Right. And so before,
Where did the Most High
wait,
God place his name?
before Deuteronomy, when they kept the Passover before Deuteronomy, isn't it where the Lord told them to as well?
No, in
That's
Deuteronomy,
cap.
you can go to
That's
Exodus
cap.
20. They were able to keep the Passover anywhere.
In Exodus, they kept the first Passover where?
In the wilderness, in Egypt.
And who told them to do it?
The Most High.
So the Lord told them, so they're doing it, so the Lord was with them, right?
Yep, correct.
So in Deuteronomy 16, where it says you have to do it where the Lord puts his name at, as we are scattered, didn't the Lord say that he would be a sanctuary to us where we're scattered?
In Deuteronomy?
No. In Ezekiel 11 and 16, it says that.
Yeah, I know, Cap, but you can't go out of Deuteronomy and
So
run to Ezekiel.
what book do you stop at?
No, what I'm saying is
I just need you to answer that question
covenant.
from me. Wait, I just need you to answer that question.
Covenant of
I just need you to answer it. So you only go by Deuteronomy?
No, I'm saying that is
so
the
then just answer my question. I just need you to answer my question.
Deuteronomy.
So you stop at Deuteronomy. Wait, do you stop
Yes.
at? So you go Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't stop at Deuteronomy, but for this conversation,
no, you can't do that. But here's why you can't do that, because when Ezekiel says that the Lord will be a sanctuary to us, which is a house, which is a dwelling, in the lands that we're held captives, you can't tell us that we can't keep the Passover here when the Lord is our sanctuary here. The Lord is our tabernacle here. So you can't tell us that. So we're not breaking Deuteronomy 16 by keeping the Passover here, because the Lord is our sanctuary here. The Lord has his name on us here. So we're not breaking Deuteronomy at all.
Yeah.
I just think
you are breaking Deuteronomy.
No, we're not.
You're breaking Deuteronomy.
You would have to tell me how the Lord, you would have to tell me, in Deuteronomy 16, it doesn't say keep it in a specific place. It says you can't keep it where the Lord did not put his name there. So the only way you can prove,
sorry, Cap.
The only way you can prove to me that we're wrong, you would have to show me how the Lord has not put his name here. That's what you would have to show.
Right. So what I would say, Cap, is in Deuteronomy 4 and 2 and Deuteronomy 12, the Most High God in this covenant, if you know how a contract works, that's what a covenant is.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High God says you do not add to this covenant. What covenant? The covenant in Deuteronomy.
I agree with that.
You can't take a verse in Ezekiel and add it to the terms of the terms of the contract.
So what verse in Deuteronomy?
Keep talking.
Yeah, I just want you to give me the verse in Deuteronomy 12 for the Passover. Or was it 16?
No. Yeah, Deuteronomy 16. You can start from the top, and it will clearly tell you cannot keep the Passover in any of your gates. Wherever you feel like keeping the Passover.
No, it doesn't just say that.
It
doesn't just.
Go ahead. Read it.
Okay. I'm trying to find a verse where it says, it's verse Deuteronomy 16 and 5. It says that thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover with any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, but at the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to place his name in. There thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at evening, even at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt. So it doesn't say you got to sacrifice it in Jerusalem. It doesn't say you got to sacrifice it at Mount Bethel. It doesn't say you got to sacrifice it at Mount Zion. It says you have to sacrifice it where the Lord chooses. So again, the only way you can say that I'm breaking, the Lord chose ISUPK. You would have to prove to me how he didn't. The Lord put his name on ISUPK. The Lord put his name and gave us a sanctuary. So we're keeping the Passover where he told us to. You would have to tell me.
Show that verse?
Yeah.
Can you show the verse where he said
Ezekiel, I just gave it to you. Ezekiel 11 and 16, where it says he'll be a sanctuary in the captivities. Is America a captivity for the Israelites?
Yes.
Is the Lord going to be a sanctuary? Is the Lord going to be a sanctuary for us in this captivity?
No.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to the next person. I appreciate it. Next in the queue is I think it was B4 Clarence. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't want to talk, Cap.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on? You got a question or comment?
Let's continue, Cap. He don't want to talk.
No, I'm saying, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, nobody, hey, chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you fine. What's your question or comment? You keep going out, though. I don't know if you leaving the app or if you're getting a phone call.
Yeah, I'm sorry, getting a phone call. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
All right, I just had a question on your take on Genesis 6. When it came down to you saying that you believe that the descendants of Seth are the sons of God, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I heard you on your last live when you said that basically men were referred to as the angels that left their first estate. Is that correct?
Yes, in Jude 1. Yes.
Yeah, but there's no verses in the Bible that refers to men as angels.
That's not true. When you go to Psalms, I think it's Psalms 104.
Psalms 104. Go ahead and read
I think what I'm looking for now. I think it's Psalms 104. No. Psalms 103 and Psalms 103:20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. That's one.
But that's not Benai Elohim.
I don't know why it has to be Benai Elohim. We just talk about the word angels. The word there is actually malak.
I know it's malak, but right, when you refer to the
and then when you can go in Proverbs,
not referred to the same.
You can go in the book of Proverbs with that same word malak, but it uses the word messenger. I'm gonna see if I can find that for you. In Hebrew, it's still malak, but in Hebrew, I'm sorry, in English, it's a messenger. I think it's Proverbs. Let me see which one. Is it this one? Give me 1 second. I just gonna look up the word in Hebrew just to make sure. But be that as it may, angels never rebelled against the Most High.
Angels never rebelled against the Most High.
Never.
So with Job 4:18, what does that read?
When he says, is that the one where he say he charges his angels with folly?
Yeah, with folly, because folly just means foolishness.
But that's not the Lord saying that. Who's that saying that?
I understand that, but still.
I just answered the question. Who's saying it? It's not even Job saying it.
I know it's not Job saying it.
Right. It's one of his friends. Now, what was his friend?
It's one of his friends.
Were his friends right?
Well, no, I ain't gonna say in the context of his friends being right.
His friends was wrong. So the reason why it's saying he charges angels with folly, that's like if you, hey caller, hold on 1 second. So that's like if you say we're gonna be more just than God. That's how it starts in Job 4:17. And why is it saying that? Because Job was looked at as an upright man and he's getting punished. And it's like, can I be more just than God? That's him complaining. And then it says, shall a man be more pure than his maker? More complaining. Behold, he don't put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. But there is no verse where he charged his angels with folly, and there is no verse that he don't put no trust in his servants. This is a man going through hell with his friends, trying to explain the hell. And so they're just speaking, but they were wrong. They were not right. So again, but on the subject of Job, before you ask your question, on the subject of Job, who sent Satan on Job?
God.
Did Satan? Now, do you believe that Satan fell from heaven?
Let me just take it in the context of what I'm trying to stay referenced in, because that's kind of going off of what I'm saying.
No, it's not. We talk about fallen angels. You said angels didn't rebel.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. So do you believe that?
I'm going to stay in the context.
Wait, this is the context. Is Satan one of the angels? Do you believe that Satan is one of the angels that rebelled? I'm just asking the question.
Well, just like Christ stated, he saw Satan fall.
Can you just answer? Can you just give me a yes or no, brother?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hey, to 931 that just joined, can you mute your phone for me, please, brother?
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So if Satan is one of the ones that fell from heaven and rebelled, what is he doing back up in heaven talking to God?
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way: when the sons of God came to present themselves, Cap, check this out.
Yeah,
We know that he's the
we trying to
accuser.
check.
We know that he's the accuser, right?
We trying to check it out. Yeah.
That's something that he was appointed. That's his position.
So you saying he fights with God and then God gives him a position to accuse? So God hired the nigga that fought him, that rebelled against him.
Nah, that's taking out of context what I'm saying. You taking out of context what I'm saying.
You said he was the wait. You just said he was the accuser. So I'm confused because if you're saying that this angel gathered another set of angels to fight against God, God throws him down, and then God said, "Yeah, I threw you down, but I got a job for you." That's what you're saying?
See, no, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna stay in context. Sons of God, right? Satan came along with them. Yeah. This is the context that you're saying the sons of Seth are in Genesis 6.
No, actually, so no, I'm not saying that the sons of the okay. You know, the sons of God, Christ is a son of God, right?
Yeah, he's a begotten son of God.
He's a son of God nonetheless, though.
The begotten son of God.
You could put begotten. Begotten just means special, favorite. I agree. He's still the son of.
But, yeah, remember, he said, I called no angel. He never called an angel.
That's not true.
Begotten, so I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, he didn't call an angel. Wait, hold on. But we're not talking about, but you spinning, though. Because we're not talking about the word begotten. I'm just saying the angels are sons of God. Christ is a son of God. We are a son of God. We're all sons of God.
Christ is.
We're not. I'm not taking away from Christ being a special one. That's not the subject. The subject is just pointing to you. Is that when Job 1 says sons of God, it's talking about the angels of heaven, Satan being one of them. In Genesis 6, when it's talking about the sons of God, it's talking about Adam and Seth's line. That's why Adam is called a son of God in Luke 3, the last verse. Just like Exodus 4 and 22, when it says, Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
Yeah, but Adam, remember this. Adam, being the son of God, his children were after he fell. That's what
they still were sons of God. That's no, but that's why in Genesis the 5th chapter. One second.
But Cap, look, let me just say one thing because I know I'm letting you go on, but I just want to say this. Remember when it says in Genesis that men begin to call on the name of the Lord. When men begin, that's it says men.
In what verse? In what verse?
You know the verse I'm talking about.
I don't. No. I think it's Genesis chapter 5. I just don't know the verse. I don't. I wouldn't ask you if I knew the verse. If I knew the verse, I would just go there myself, like I did earlier. So I was asking you to see if you knew it. You there? Did he? Hey, if you left the app, hey Jason, I'm not. Hey Jason, I'm not gonna come back to you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't want you to go. If you got to leave the app, because I don't want to jam you up with that. So
I'm not leaving the app. It's chapter 4, verse 20.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, that way you ain't got to leave and jam yourself up. You said it's Genesis 4 and what? Oh, Genesis 4 and 26. You got you. It says, to Seth, to him, there was also born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call. Those men, as they began to call themselves that's why they were the sons of God, because Adam is the only one. One second. Adam is the only one that was given the laws of God. That's why Seth's line was the sons of God. They were the only ones given the law.
Cap, that's what I'm trying to say in that context. I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate that point of view. But what I'm trying to tell you is it made it very conveyed it very plain and clear. Men begin to call on the name. So I'm
not arguing that, but wait. Adam is hold on one second.
Adam's the son of God.
Wait, if Adam is the son of God, then his sons are the sons of. If Jacob is Israel, then his sons are Israel. So when the Lord
So
says,
based on your
when the
logic,
Lord
wait.
says, one second, when the Lord says, Israel is my son, even my firstborn, and then in 2 Samuel 7:12, when the Lord tells David that Solomon will be his son, they're still all his sons. So Adam's sons are still the sons of God. They were given the laws of God. That's what makes them the son. That's why they're calling on the name of the Lord, because Adam is teaching them.
All right,
Now,
let me
with
put it
all
this
that
way.
said, you still ain't telling me how Satan fell, but Satan can come back up to heaven and talk to God. And
Well, I'm
then
gonna get to
God
that. I'm
can
gonna go
use
back to
him to
my.
go do what he did to Job. You still ain't answering
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna reference that. No, I'm gonna answer that, but one thing is this: I'm gonna keep it in the realm of what we're talking about right now. When you said that, remember, men began to call on the name of the Lord. So before they started calling on the name of the Lord, were they considered sons of God?
They can't be until they're taught. So the reason why it's saying that, you notice it's saying that after Seth is born and then has his son, because as they're getting raised up, if Abel would have been alive, they'd have been calling on the name of the Lord from Abel. Because Abel is unalive, and then now he has to have and now he has to have another son, and Seth is born to him. Now they are the ones that are now the sons of God.
Okay, but look at Noah. When Noah was called, right, he was called perfect in
Right?
the Lord's eyes.
Right?
Right? But
Right?
what was he called? Was he called the Son of God in that verse, or was he called a perfect, upright man?
Why was he called perfect? Because he
But I'm
kept.
asking you, was he called a man, or was he called a God?
You don't have to be called the Son of God in every single verse. That's not the point. So the point is Noah was called perfect because he kept the law. You can see that because when the Lord told him to take all the clean animals and unclean animals, he knew it because he kept the law.
But Cap, the thing is, I'm not arguing the fact that you don't have to be called the
You
Son of
still
God in
ain't
every
proven
single
to me how
verse.
Satan can get
What
kicked
I'm
out of
saying,
heaven and then can
I
come
know
back.
that, but still,
Wait, you can't.
this is
You
what I'm
still ain't
saying. I'm
proven.
going
No,
to, but
because
Cap,
this
I'm
is
going to
this is a.
reference that.
No,
No, the
stop.
reason what I'm
Wait,
saying.
you talking
All right,
about
go
Noah,
ahead.
brother? Listen, I have a lot of people. I got how many people on the phone line? I got 3 people on my line,
Lord,
right?
bro.
And I did the same thing with Jason, so I'm consistent because I have a lot of people that
All
want to
right.
talk about different subjects. So now, I need you to explain if Satan is kicked out of heaven. Why is he back up in heaven? And then why is God using him to punish Job?
I'm gonna ask you this question: how many heavens are there?
With the Lord is one heaven where the Lord is at.
I'm not talking about where the Lord is at. How many in Scripture? How many heavens are there in Scripture?
It's a couple. It's a heaven we have here. It's a heaven that's a state of mind. But that's not what we talking about. You said Satan fell
No, but
from
look, I
heaven.
wasn't finished.
And
Cap,
Satan is
let me
now
finish.
back up in
Cap, let me
heaven
land my
talking to
plane.
God. Satan
Cap,
didn't even know who
let me
Job
land my.
was.
All right, here we go again. Let me ask you this question.
No, you can't
If
ask me.
God called,
Listen, dude.
no, listen.
This-
I'm look. If I can't get a word out, if you're speaking, you said you
You
got.
can't get no word out now. To my TikTok people, 03AD, I think James, Agent, I think is up here for support, and Lone Wolf. I'm just gonna take this one call. They said thanks in the chat. They said thanks. Y'all see, I kept asking him to answer the question. He would not answer the question.
He's trying to argue about metaphysics when they talking about getting caught up in the third heaven.
Yeah, man. But you can't get kicked out of heaven and then be brought back. I'm gonna take now to my TikTok audience. I need to just take this call and then I'm gonna come right back to y'all. Kenneth, it says Kenneth on my phone. You're the only person on the line.
It's Kenneth.
Okay, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I do.
All right, what's your question?
God is Jesus.
You said God is Jesus?
Yes.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Right? In John 3:16, when it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son," who's the God and who's the son in that verse?
You're and God.
Who?
The God.
Who? But I'm gonna ask the question again to see if you can answer this question. In John 3:16, When it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, who's the God in that verse and who's the son in that verse?
Oh no, I forgot.
See, they be answering questions.
He said, I don't know. So I'm gonna answer the question. I'm gonna answer the question for you, brother. In John 3:16, when it says, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, the God in that verse is the Father. You may call him Jehovah right. You may call him Jehovah or Yahweh. I would call him Yahweh. The Son is Christ. So how can you say Jesus is God, but Christ is saying out of his own mouth that God so loved the world that he sent him? So you saying Jesus sent himself? You saying Jesus sent himself?
God woke us up this morning.
You said what?
Also, Jesus said,
this man is gone. Hold on, let me fix my. I'm sorry, y'all go ahead. I'm just trying to fix my orientation real fast. Hold on.
Jesus also said the only way to my Father is through me.
I ain't never heard. Listen, you know he drunk when he say Jesus woke us up this morning. That nigga drunk. He's not sober right now. Hey, I appreciate the call, Kenneth. Yeah, no, I would say the Most High woke us up this morning. That's what I would say.
How woke us up this morning?
So I actually agree with him. I would say that he was right about that.
He was right about what?
That Jesus woke us up this morning. Do you disagree scripturally?
I disagree.
All right. So if all power and authority was given to him in Matthew 28, wouldn't he have the authority to wake us up? Wouldn't he be the one inspiring us to wake up?
That's a different context. When he's talking about all power and authority, he's not talking about power to wake us up. But a better scripture would be in Revelations 1, and I think could be 18, when it says he hold on one second, Kenneth. When it said he was given the keys to hell and death. So if somebody said he can cause our torment or our death, I would definitely agree with that. But Christ out of his own mouth, I think in Matthew 5, when it came to us eating, he said that's up to the Lord. So I would say Christ would not say that out of his own mouth.
Right. So if he has the power of death, wouldn't he be the one to impose if you still live?
Yeah, he imposed if you still live. You talk about waking up out of your sleep. That ain't what I'm talking about.
Because he didn't say that, means he's the reason why, because he could have said that you were subject to death. So that brother was right.
No, he's not. That has nothing to do with whether you wake up or not. In Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, the Most High says, I unalive, I make alive. I wound, I heal. What you're talking about with Yahushua is the agency that he would be able to use the Most High's power. Like, we got to be extremely careful when it comes to Christ. For some reason, when it comes to Christ, you won't read no verse where Christ said he does it of himself. You'll read every verse where Christ says the Father is how he does everything. But for some reason, we give Christ credit over the Father. So if God says, I unalive, I wound, I heal, XYZ, and then you want to come and tell me something else, but Christ wouldn't say that, I'm going to disagree with you.
All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 says that Christ was the one giving them the commandments, following Moses.
1 Corinthians 10 does not say that.
It doesn't say that was Christ inside following them.
When it says, it doesn't say, it says, first of all, it says all did drink this. I am, shut your mouth. It says all did.
No more with me, huh?
If I didn't want to talk to you, you the one got shut up so I can read. You the one keep talking. You the one want Christ to have. Yeah, see, even the caller that you interrupted on said just listen. So in 1 Corinthians 10 and 4, it says, all did drink that same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. Christ is not a rock. and it says spiritual drink. That's what it's talking about. And it's a metaphor. It's not even literal. It's not talking about Christ being there. Christ was not there. That's not
didn't it mention Christ if he wasn't there?
Because you can make a reference the same way. And moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant how our fathers were under the cloud and passed through the sea, and all were baptized under Moses in the cloud in the sea. Were they baptized, brother, or is that a metaphor? Is the word baptized a metaphor, or were they baptized?
No, I mean, literally
were baptized a metaphor, or were they baptized? Respond.
It was literally, yeah, I'm responding. You could be baptized both physically and spiritually. You think they crossed the sea and never got wet at all?
So you think the baptizers talk? This is what I mean. You don't know the Bible. The baptized baptism, Christ's baptism is not physical water.
It's spiritual.
Then why did you say they did not get wet? Why did you just use physical water to try to explain
because
that?
They got both.
They did not get. Listen, the baptism that Paul, the baptism that Paul is talking about is not physical water, brother. It's spiritual. Even in verse 4, it says, "And did all drink the spiritual drink." He's not talking about physical water. So the baptism and the word baptized in verse 2 is a metaphor. It's not literal. And so when it's referencing Christ and using it the same way, it's a metaphor. It's not literal.
Okay, so
like somebody said in the chat, you know that you just want to be right. Go ahead. No, you got wait a second. Wait a second, Lone Wolf. Go ahead, AD.
All right.
Go ahead, AD.
Yeah, no problem. I said it was a combination of both, just like you see in John chapter 3, verse 5, right? It's both water and spirit. So Christ, when he baptizes in spirit, but what you're saying is no water touched them at all. So I disagree with that concept. Now, in this concept,
that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Listening is an art. No, listening is an art. I did not say anything about water touching them or not touching them. I said the word baptized in verse 2 is a metaphor. You made it physical. That's what you did. Listening is an art.
All right. So my argument wasn't about it being. My argument wasn't about the baptism. I think you're shifting the argument.
Your argument was to chime in on the brother to say that Christ is the reason we woke up. That was your argument.
Okay. So we have.
And I told you, God said He's the one that deletes and makes alive. You are responding to everything. Don't get mad because I'm saying what your original argument is. You joined in with the brother and said Christ is the reason we woke up. Yes or no?
Yes, and I'm continuing.
Right. You rudely interrupted and did that. That's what you did. And then when I said that the Most High is the reason that we did it, then you referenced 1 Corinthians 10:4. I asked you if the word baptized was a metaphor or literal, and then you made it be physical water. And I'm just recapping what you did.
So do you mind if I respond now? I'm going to refute you. I'm going to show you how easy.
How can you refute me when I didn't bring up a subject? You brought up a subject.
I would have to be able to talk to show you I can refute you.
Go ahead. Go ahead, give it a shot.
All right, no problem. So my argument was that he was right because even when you impose that Christ has the keys of Hades and of death, that means if he doesn't subscribe to someone to die, that means they will continue to live. That was one point. Then
that's not the point. No. See,
right,
this is why because you're ignorant of the Bible. I did not say they would live. No, shut up. Hey, shut up. Having the keys to hell and death means you either get punished in this life or he unalives you. It's not about living or dying. It's about being punished or dying. That's what it's about. That's what the context of Revelations 1:18 is about. It's not about waking up in the morning or dying, which is what you chimed in.
Unalive. He was unalive.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Right.
I'm alive. So I got you. So my argument, that wasn't my first argument. My first argument was
that's what you unmuted for. That is your first argument.
That wasn't the first argument. My first argument was Matthew 8:18 and 19.
Your first argument was saying Jesus is the reason we woke up.
You don't want my logic to rest on the
You don't have logic.
If I don't have logic, let me speak.
That's why I keep stopping you, because you don't have logic.
I didn't quote Matthew 28, brother, first.
You did. And I said
Revelation 1. I didn't use the scripture.
My response was the context of all power was given him had nothing to do if we wake up in the morning from sleep.
Okay, so I'm saying
that
that I'm
simple.
refuting that because the
No problem.
scripture says
No problem.
all
I
power and
appreciate.
authority. It doesn't
No
say
problem. I
one
appreciate
form
you
of
refuting
power.
it. I'm gonna
It
go to
says
the next
all
person now.
power and
No,
authority.
no problem. I appreciate it. You can refute. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go to the next person.
You got cooked. That's all.
I did not get cooked. You just showed. I'm gonna make a clip. I'm gonna make a clip out of you. You said the baptism in Corinthians was physical water. I'm gonna make a clip out of you.
Physical and
It's
spiritual.
not. It's not physical or spiritual. When Paul himself said spiritual drink.
How did Abraham meet Christ before he was born?
Abraham did not meet Christ before he was born.
So he said before Abraham was, I am, and he was blessed to see the day that I came. How did
That's
he see
correct.
him if he was already
He
alive?
wasn't talking about seeing Christ.
Holy fire.
You know how stupid you. Now I want y'all to know he left. I didn't kick him. That stupid man left.
Somebody can I tell you something?
Hey, you know what happened?
Wait, hold on, Lone Wolf. I want to explain that. Because what he's talking about is in John the 8th chapter when Christ said Abraham waited to see his day. What he's talking about is when the Lord told Abraham what was coming to him in Genesis 12, in Genesis 17 with Isaac, the Lord was waiting, Abraham was waiting for that. It's talk about the coming of Christ, not seeing him like a flesh and blood man, but the prophecy of Christ coming, the prophecy of everything that was supposed to happen. For anybody that want the answer, just go to Hebrews 11. I'm gonna just read it real fast, and then I'll come to Lone Wolf. I think you next in there. Wait, Lone Wolf. Before I come to you, I flip.
Was there when Abraham was?
Hey, Chris Cohen, you gotta shut your mouth, man. I know y'all think y'all could just unmute on here. That's not how my lives go. I do my lives in order because I'm doing 2 lives at the same time on YouTube and TikTok. So I take a caller on TikTok, I take a caller on YouTube. I go back and forth. So please don't unmute. I will get to you. You just gonna have to be patient. It's called order. Like the Bible said, let all things be done in decency and in order. So in Hebrews 11 and 439, it says, and all these having obtained a good report through faith, receive not the promise. That's what it's talking about. The report that Abraham had was obeying the Most High, but not seeing the promise. Christ is the fulfillment of the promise. That's what Christ is talking about when he says Abraham was waiting for my day. Now, before I go to the next TikTok person, I just need to get the callers and I'm gonna come back to y'all. Next caller, it said, oh, Kenneth, I already talked to you. It says, you're the only caller on here. It says William on my phone. You're the only person on the line.
All right, can you hear me over there?
I can hear you just fine.
All right, man. Salute to what you're doing, man. I really do appreciate, man, what you be doing,
brother.
Man. Like, brother, you be messing me up, man. Like, you got me not eating shrimp, not eating crab.
That's a good thing. I bet your life is wonderful for it.
Yeah. Well, it is so. You got my wife looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, I don't know who this dude is. He's listening to me. Got me not eating crab and shit. You like, now all of a sudden you don't want crab legs.
That's right. You don't need them crab legs. Crab leg ain't nothing but a big roach.
Yeah, most definitely. But no, the question that I called to ask you or whatever, I was like, I hear people ask, like, how do you know, like, if you like an Israelite, other than you like being black? Because it kind of like threw me off.
The Bible say you try the spirit. Africa. Yeah, the Bible say you try the spirit. That's in the book of John. While I get that verse to my TikTok audience, we got 117 people up here. I'm trying to get up to about 60,000 hearts, which requires a lot of work from y'all in the audience. So if y'all can go ahead and throw them hearts up there, I would greatly appreciate it. Caller, hold on. I would greatly appreciate it if y'all throw in there. So I want to get you this scripture. I believe it's in the book of John. Hold up. I believe it's in the book of John. Let me go to the New Testament. Why is this? Yeah, I think it's in the book of John. It might be 1 John. Let me go to John. Give me 1 second.
All right.
I'm just trying to find it. Usually I would have found this by now. I apologize. Is this searching? Okay. There we go. I think I got it. Am I spelling the word right? Well, I'm gonna keep looking for it. Just bear with me. But the scriptures say you have to try the spirit to see if it's of the Most High or not. And so that's how you explain it. So let's say because like we suffer from such a colorism mentality that we would look at somebody's complexion and say, oh yeah, he got to be an Israelite. We look if they got kinky hair, he got to be an Israelite. And then they might not be an Israelite. It's 1 John 4:1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So as you come into class and you believe you're black or you believe you're Latino, whoever you may be, you come to class, we'll find out if you're not. I always tell a story. This African came into the school talking about he was one of us. We found out real quick he wasn't one of us, and I threw him down the stairs. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, we'll find out. It ain't that hard.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right, man.
All
I
right,
appreciate it, man. That was my only question, man. Have a
all
good
right,
one. Be blessed,
you
man.
too. All right. So to the caller that's on the line, I'm gonna come to you. I'm just coming back to TikTok. Lone Wolf, you up next. What's up, brother?
Hey, go ahead, skip me for now.
All right, no sweat. I got you. So next in the queue, got you. So I'm gonna go to Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good to go. You a white guy?
Hey, so I see huh?
Are you a white guy? You said what?
I'm not white.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, yeah. No, I was just gonna ask you a question because I seen you have a couple of debates with people about like where they talk about like Jesus' feet and his eyes like burning fire and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I seen in Daniel 10:6, it talks about when he sees like an angel, it kind of like describes the same.
That's talking about Christ too in Daniel. So Daniel 10:5 and 6 and Revelations 1 go together. It's describing the same person.
Okay, so I was just wondering, like, because I read the full verse and it talks about how Jesus had like 7 stars in his hand. Is that like a metaphor for something, or?
Yeah, when you read Revelations, it tell you the candles. It's a candlestick, and it's representing the 7 churches that was established in the New Testament. That's what it's talking about. That's in Revelations.
Okay, yeah, because I was trying to always want to figure out like the 7 stars and like the double-sided sword.
Right. So the 7 stars and the 7 golden candlesticks, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it represents the angels that are over the churches as well. So when you read like Revelations 2, it says, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus, write these things. So there was an angel that's in charge of them too, that's getting checked. And Christ is checking the angel for what he's doing or not doing in regards to the churches over there. So that's what the candlestick represent. Caller, hold on. All right.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, I read a lot, so I try to figure out like people's perspectives on things, and you know what I mean. Some people have different views, so it's always good to like see what someone thinks, just in case it's a little different than your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, no problem. I appreciate it. All right. Shamoun, you there? It says Shamoun on TikTok. You there?
Yeah, man. I was in the other live. I mean, in somebody live not too long ago, and I heard that they were saying that Job wasn't an Israelite, Titus wasn't an Israelite,
right?
It was somebody else.
Yeah, they lying about.
You ever heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that. Titus definitely was an Israelite. Job is a story that predates Israel. It's like before Israel was born. So that's why.
Have you heard that Moses wrote the book of Job?
I've never heard that.
You never heard that?
I've never heard that.
So Job wasn't an Israelite?
No, I believe that that's a story that predates Israel.
You never heard
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Antonio, you just joined. Before I come to you, I got to take my callers on YouTube, so just bear with me. Okay. I'm gonna come right to y'all. So on the phone line, I got it says, I don't know how to pronounce this name. It's like NDAYIZ or something like that. It's an 804 area code.
Yeah. Small cap, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a question for you. 2 questions for you. The first question I have for you is, how did you get into what you call the truth?
How did I get into the truth? To make it nice and brief, in about September 2009, I saw a video saying we the children of Israel. I started watching it. We under the curses. Met these group of brothers. They fell out. I asked the brother, where was the truth at? He said the truth. Hold on one second. Caller, hold on. He said the truth was in ISUBK. First camp speaking I ever saw. General Haas had a white man kissing his boots. That was a sign from the Lord for me, and I've been in ISUBK ever since.
Okay. My second question for you is, I know that what if you have somebody that's mother or one of your brothers or just a family relative that is.
You said what? Say that again.
What if you have like your mother that is a Edomite, as y'all would call Edomite?
Yeah.
How do you go about something like that? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Man, you
love
if you gotta. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, man. You better love your mother. You would love your mother, like, and here's the crazy part, man. People be acting like if you got a mother that's not an Israelite, man, you ain't gotta hate her because you find out, she's not an Israelite. But here's what I will tell you. I guarantee you none of y'all was listening to your mother anyway before you found out she wasn't an Israelite. And so now when you find out she's not an Israelite, you think it's so hard to not listen or love your mother when you ain't loved your mother anyway. You was already not listening to your mama. like your mama tell you get good grades in school, take out the trash. You wasn't listening to none of that. Now you find out she ain't one of us, and you can't love her. Now it's a big deal. Oh, I can't do it now because that's my mother. But when your mother was telling you don't get high, and you was getting high anyway, was she your mother then? Now it's cool to love your mama because you find out. But nah, if it's your mom, if you want to love your parents regardless. You know what I mean? You find out your mother's not one of you. She could be a Hamite, whatever. You just keep loving your mother because that's your mom. We would never tell you not to do. I remember a couple of years ago, that nigga Gorilla Hebrew said he didn't care nothing about his mother or something like that. That's stupid.
Yeah, I seen that interview.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing. Yeah, that's a stupid thing to do. That's your mom. Love your mom. You came out of her damn womb. All right?
Appreciate it. I got one question for you.
Okay.
Why you scared to debate Black Jesus?
Did you just say that for real? That's not a real question, right? That's a real question? I was about to say that cannot be a real question because listen, the one time, so like 3 years ago, I called Black Jesus, said we're gonna do a debate. Me, him, and Sinetta had a preliminary. And he ran in the preliminary. And then that wasn't enough. So he came on the 100 side on Clubhouse, came in the Whack 100's room. Now, I said I wasn't debating Black Jesus anymore. Black Jesus goes on Clubhouse on the 100 side, talk to Whack. Whack hits me up and like, Cap, let's just set the debate up. Would you do it for me? I say, you know what, Whack? I'll do the debate for you. And it was supposed to be a 3-on-3. Black Jesus was supposed to have him, 2 other people. It was going to be me, 2 other people. We was going to go on the 100 side. Black Jesus was going to get all the promotion that he could have gotten. Here's what Black Jesus said. Yeah, Black Jesus said, yeah, we're going to make the other 2 people. They're going to do a free debate. And then you and I are going to do a paid debate. Whack going to pay us for the debate. I said, nigga, Whack is not paying you for a debate. And I said, go ask Whack if he gonna pay you for a debate. Whack said, man, I ain't paying this man for no damn debate, and that was it. That was it. He's an idiot. Like, he's a complete idiot. Just to answer your question. But let me get back to it, man. I got a lot of people I got to get to, man. I appreciate the call. All right?
Shalom.
All right, shalom. Next person, 803-607. And after this, I'm coming to Antonio and T. Smith.
Peace, Cat.
Hey, peace,
I want to let
brother.
you know, appreciate all the work you do in the community and whatnot.
All right.
Yeah, but I have a question though. So you know how I said how there is so many Hebrew Israelites, like different sects and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So how you know like the true one, like which one you go to?
Yeah, go to ISUBK. That's the best I can tell you. That's how I know. I know from being in here, and if you could say you appreciate the work that I do, as long as I've been doing it, I ain't changed. If you find a video of me, if you find a video of me in 2011 on any subject, I'm saying the same thing in 2025. You find a video on Commander Jenny Yohana from the 80s, he's saying the same thing now. Jennifer Hyman saying the same thing now. We have never changed. Everybody else can't make that claim. That's the easiest way I could tell you.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you.
All right, no sweat, brother. Appreciate it. All right. Now after that, Antonio.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom, brother. You got a question or comment?
I got a question, man. You know, all respect to you, sir. The Bible says train a child up in the way that they should go.
Facts.
When they're old, they won't depart from it.
Facts.
I'd like to know, when is, let's say, the ISUPK going to take control of the youth? Because that's what the Illuminati is after. They're after the power of the children. The Bible says that. I think
you got kids?
Yeah, I do.
They in ISUPK?
No. I actually was kicked out of the church in Detroit, man, for some of the wisdom
the school?
man. And
wait, when you say we don't have churches in Detroit. We got a school in Detroit. You saying you was kicked out of the school in Detroit?
Yeah, and
in ISUPK?
I know the leader of ISUPK Detroit. His name used to be Craig. He changed his name to Tazaryach.
Yeah, you might want to fix that, because you might have fucked up. Because you talk about the Illuminati, but you ain't got your kids in the school.
Man, it's been a lot going on, man.
Well, you better fix it. Sound like you got Legion on. You know who Legion is?
No, I don't.
Legion is a demon, and he says we are many. Because if you worried about the Illuminati, but you stopping your children from coming into the school that you say they need to come, you say, when we gonna start having the kids come in, but you're not even bringing your kids in. We don't need Illuminati in the way. Our own people is in the way. You represent that problem.
My question is, what do you do when you've been, the Bible says, delivers them that suffer wrongly. What do you do when it's the leaders of the cult that's oppressing the individual?
What leaders of what cult?
Of the ISUPK.
What you should do, I've never seen anybody come into the school, have an issue with anybody in the school, and not get counsel and get the issue resolved.
Okay, another situation is, who do you call when, let's say, the so-called devil has surrounded you and they trying to do all things that they can to...
You saying the devil surrounded you right now?
Yeah.
I could see why Hadar probably told you couldn't come to the school.
When I left Detroit,
have you ever got a psych evaluation, brother?
I have.
And what'd they say?
It wasn't nothing normal. I mean, everything was normal.
Nah. See, the angel made you tell the truth, and then that demon just came and messed you up. Because the first thing you said was it wasn't. The first thing you said was it wasn't normal, and that was the truth. When you tried to remix it and say everything was normal, that's the demon kicking back in you, brother. Well, here's what I would tell you. Here's what I would tell you. There is no devils that's surrounding you. There's something. Just let me finish. There is no devils that's surrounding you. There's something in you that you won't get rid of, whether it's a narcotic, a drug, a spirit. There's something in you that you won't get rid of. And you're looking at Hadar being a problem. You're looking at the white man being a problem. You're looking at Illuminati being a problem, when you are the problem. Michael Jackson had a song called Man in the Mirror. You got to do some self-evaluation and correct yourself out. And then you can get the help that you need. I would suggest you go back to whatever psychic place that you got your evaluation and get the proper help that you need. And a lot of black people suffer from that. A lot of black people suffer from, and it's almost not really our fault because our history with getting medical help in America is horrible. From the experiments they would do to us, enslaved and stuff like that. And so I understand why we don't want to go to doctors. But you might want to go to the doctor. The brother dropped off. He might want to go to the doctor. I'm going to go to the next person. T. Smith, you there? T. Smith, you there? All right. I'm going to go to the phone lines before I go to... I see you, Shaul. I see you. I'm going to come to you in 1 second. I just got phone calls. Give me 1 second. We got 945-249. You there?
Yeah.
Before you go, let me just say one thing. Again, to my audience on TikTok, we trying to get up to 60,000 hearts. We got 98 people in here. I'm appreciate y'all rocking. Let's go ahead and thumb that video. All right. Go ahead, brother. What's your question or comment?
Hey, y'all, Hey,
Yavashim Shabakta. What's going on, Op?
Hey, do you ever feel overwhelmed? Let's say if you're on Clubhouse or in a space where there's multiple people when they teaming up on you. How do you deal with that, right? Like, so can I get this out just real quick?
Kyle, I'm letting you go. Go ahead, go.
I be dealing with brothers, right? And it's like 3 or 4 of them. I'm going against 3, 4 brothers, but I start feeling overwhelmed when I don't or can't get my point out. Like, how the hell do you keep your composure? But then if you leave, it's like you're running because they being disrespectful.
Uh-huh.
But then it's like if you stay, it feels like you're being disrespected. So it's like
you gotta count that you almost. Are you in the school? Because I noticed you gave me the salute. Are you in ICPK?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's why you feel overwhelmed. That's what I'm gonna tell you first. Listen, when I say these things, right, I don't say it from a bragging position, because before I came to ISUBK, I used to be overwhelmed. Like, I know a lot of people. Listen, I'm an alien today. I was created. Listen, when I got to ISUBK, Commander General Hyman brought me into this room, and they took these magic, these spiritual screws, these spiritual drills. They started drilling in my head what's called book, chapter, verse. They start drilling in my head. Hey, me and Mawakwa are gonna fight because he put my old Hebrew name in the chat. They start drilling in my head book, chapter, verse. They start drilling in my head all these psychological angles. And as they drilling that, they created what you see. I didn't even, when it came to debating polite, right? So we had the camp, and the camp, me and Polite going back and forth. He wanted to do a debate. I go to General Hyman. I said, yeah, Captain Taiwo gonna do it. General Hyman said, no, you gonna do it. I had no idea. I was like a deer in the headlights. Like, how am I gonna do that? They created me. The patience I have. Now, just for all the naysayers, because you got a lot of people in the world that are gonna say, why you ain't giving it to the Most High? I don't have the handicap of the Most High not knowing my heart, because the Most High knows my heart. The Most High, every time I say this, in John the 11th chapter, when Christ had to go raise Lazarus from the dead, when Christ raised Lazarus from the dead, Christ said out loud, Father, I know you hear me always, because Christ knew that he could have just told Lazarus to come out. Lazarus would have came out. Christ said that publicly for the people's sake. So even me saying that the Most High had the generals do that, I don't really have to say that. I'm saying that for y'all's sake, so that y'all can hear that. Wait, let me finish, brother. So when it comes to the patience, when it comes to the debates, when it comes to the skill, when it comes to all of that comes from the Most High. So all of it is spiritual. So there's times when I'm talking to somebody and I just hang up. There's time when I'm dealing with a bunch of people and I just keep doing it. I weigh everything out spiritually. There's nothing that I don't do spiritually. That's the best answer I can give to you. Everything is spiritual.
So can I reiterate that real quick?
Yeah.
So are you saying basically like if it's a situation, right, where it's just too much, ain't nothing wrong with hanging up?
I could no.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like
okay. Here's what I'm saying.
It's
Something.
trying to double team you and they.
No, I'm saying something different than that. Cause it's never been a situation where it's too much for me. It's never.
Right. Okay.
There's never been a situation. It could be 10 niggas. Excuse me. It could be 10 people. It could be 10 women. They could be loud. They could be streaming. That's my reputation right now of being too patient. My reputation right now is like, Cap, almost every brother in the school comes to me and say, Cap, I don't know how you do it. Every sister say, Cap, I don't know how you do it. It's never been too much for me, ever. There's never been, I can't do something. That I can't even say that's a problem because I think I could do everything. I don't think there's anything I can't do. I don't think there's anything I can't handle. There's nothing that's going to come to me on my plate. Whether good, it could be the greatest thing in the world. It could be the worst scenario ever. I can handle it all.
Well, don't hang up, please. Can I just interject just real quick?
Are you the caller I was talking to?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like, when does that become a conversation where it's just super disrespectful and then determining, like, should I be on this phone or do you continue with the disrespect? Or I'm saying other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a difference between disrespect and patience?
You gotta look at it like, for me, now I'm gonna tell everybody on both live streams on TikTok and YouTube. This is how I look at disrespect, so you can understand my logic. If you not everybody that calls the show comes on TikTok, gives me a compliment, and you say, Cap, I appreciate all the work you do, but you not in ISUPK, it's disrespectful. That's how I hear it in my head. Every time a brother or sister say, Cap, you did this for me, you did that, I appreciate, I do all that, but then you're not in the school and you went somewhere else, that's disrespectful. Now, with that said, y'all will never know, well, you know it now, but you would never know that by the way I respond. Because what you got to look at, you can't let somebody else control what disrespect is or what respect is. You got to take it. And you got to give disrespect. When somebody gets on the live and they start talking about me personally, it ain't disrespectful to me. I'm gonna give you another caveat. Now, this is a totally worldly caveat, and this might be insane to some. When I was a kid growing up, my father used to physically and mentally abuse me, not sexually, but beat me bad and mentally abuse me. There's one time, and this if you want to know why can't nobody really disrespect me, I'm gonna give y'all a good one. We sitting at a dinner table. It's me, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. As we sitting at that dinner table, now I got my moderators on here. Y'all, this nigga yawning and whatever he doing on the mic, y'all just kick him off the stage. As we sitting at the dinner table, my father says to my sister and brother, my father says, tell Tyree you don't love him. And at the dinner table. And so my sister, now I'm a kid now I don't know this, I don't look at it this way as a kid. As an adult, I understand that my brother and sister ain't had no choice. But as a kid, my brother and sister look at me, Tyree, we don't love you. They didn't say it with joy. They didn't say it with happiness. They said it like they being forced. And so now as a kid, you got to grow up with that shit. But now here's how I look at that. I look at all of the physical abuse, all of the mental abuse that my father gave me is why I have the patience to do what I do today. Is why when people say stuff to me, it's like whatever you say to me online is never going to be any more disrespectful than what my pop said. And so all of that, I take all of that. So that way Nobody else can have that type of power over me. I have a problem with power. What I mean by problem with power, in the ISUPK, I have no problem submitting to the captains and generals that are above me. Outside of ISUPK, nobody has power over me. Nobody. Nobody outside. When I say nobody has power, Donald Trump would have to bow to me. Donald Trump would have to say Khan out of one Khan to me. Nobody has power over me outside of ISUPK. Now, when you develop that mentality, now you can go and you can be in spaces where it could be one person or 50, and it's not going to mean nothing to you. But without the ISUPK, you're not going to get that training. You're not going to get that discipline. You understand? You understand, brother? Hey, no sweat.
Yeah,
all right, I appreciate it. I gotta take these. Hey, no sweat. I gotta take these other calls. Y'all some Shabbat. T. Smith.
Hey, y'all, about
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Picard.
Hey, y'all, me and Shalom, y'all about Shabbat.
Yeah, some
Hey,
Shabbat.
me and Officer Metaball, we was trying to figure out how to.
Yeah, I think I had to change it for. Yeah, I had to change it for Madabar. Let me see if I change your access. Madabar said he got it though.
Okay. Yeah, I know he had hit me in the back chat and was asking me about it. That's why.
Yeah, I think I just changed it. I think I just changed the setting for you too, so you should be straight as well. All right.
Come to watch, sir.
Hey, no sweat out. Hey, T. Smith, you there? You asked me to come back to you. There?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Got a question or comment?
Hey, what's up, Cap?
What's going on?
What I got two questions, man. I just want to run down a little story real quick. You know, in 2015, I was on the internet, man, and I saw IUIC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was quoting out scriptures talking about we the Israelites, we the 12 tribes. You know, we are the chosen ones. So when they started breaking it down, at first I thought it was a racist thing going on, fam. You know, I was raised up in the church just a little bit, man.
Right, me too.
Too much time,
yeah,
man.
I was raised up in the church too.
I appreciate you letting me come up on, man.
Definitely.
On real. Now, I was raised up in the church, man. You know, I was raised up in the hood, Crips and Bloods banging and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but anyway, raised up in the church, the Jesus Christ thing and all that. So once I started hearing about the 12 tribes of Israel, I was like, man, hold up, man. What's going on here? You know, a certain type of power came up in me where I identified, man, this was some real stuff, bro.
You said a certain type of power came up in you.
After I got over that these cats ain't racist, you know what I'm saying? After I got over that, you know what I mean?
Hey, brother, you said a certain type of power came up in you. Jesus.
Man, some type of power came up in me, such as, you know, everybody in this world talk about the chosen. They think the Jewish people is the chosen ones. You know, this is the royal bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And when they started digging deep in my spirit like that, I was like, well,
it was digging deep.
Huh?
It was digging deep.
It was digging deep in my spirit. Such as what I mean is knowing that me and my people,
Jesus Christ,
you know, we're the chosen ones. So anyway, I you know, I've been on it since 2015. My question is, the Most High, he's described in the Bible.
Correct.
His son is described in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The angels are described in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The questions I get from people is that, what's the description of the devil? If everyone else is described in that book and got a certain type of look to him, who is this devil Lucifer dude? What is his description? Who is he?
Okay, Lucifer. Okay, when you say the angels, that's what Satan is, an angel. He obeys God. When you talk about the devil, if you talk about on earth, that's the so-called white man. He's red and hairy all over like a garment. He was blessed with the sword, and that's what he unalives with, the sword.
So is Lucifer, is he the devil? Like, is Lucifer?
Well, Lucifer is a nation. So Lucifer is the. I don't know if that's.
Hey, no sweat.
Okay.
Cap.
I hear you, brother. Yeah, that must be his girl calling. He got a little special ringtone. Boom, boom. whatever.
Hey, my bad, man, my bad. A call came through.
I understand. So Lucifer is a man. Lucifer is not an angel.
Okay.
When you
read,
when you read Isaiah 14, you'll see that it's talk about Babylon. So that's talk about Babylon then. It's talk about the white man today. Even that's talk about the white man. So Lucifer is so when you say ain't nothing to identify the devil, it's a lot to identify the devil. When Christ said in John 8:44, ye are of your father the devil, he was a murderer from the beginning. He was talking about the Romans that were the Pharisees' daddy.
Okay. So my thing is, devil Lucifer.
Hey Reese, Reese, of all people coming up here unmuted, I'm surprised you came up here unmuted. I'm surprised
so
at you.
My question is,
Cap,
Lucifer, Satan, and the devil all one person?
No, they're not. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You have the angelic being called Satan. You know how we would call people angels and demons on earth, right? You calling them you calling a person an angel, like we might call a kid an angel. We're calling it an angel because angels are regarded as the good side, or they regarded as the right side. If we call somebody a devil, it's because on the left-hand side, that's that. So on earth, we put names on people metaphorically. As far as the angels in heaven, all of the angels obey God, including the angel Satan. So if you're talking about the angelic being of Satan, then no, he does not disobey the Most High. If you're talking about the physical counterpart on earth, he does disobey the Most High. But Lucifer, let me finish. Lucifer is not an angel at all. Lucifer is a nation of people. The reason why they're called Lucifer is Lucifer means like light or something like that, and they what everybody gravitated to. Just like America is modern day Babylon, like Lucifer was Babylon back then, and it's what everybody gravitates to. So Lucifer is not, Satan and Lucifer are not the same at all. Lucifer is a nation, Satan is an angel. But we were spiritually call the white man Satan. We will spiritually call the white man the devil. We'll also call other people devils. But when we're talking about the devil, you talk about the so-called white man.
So the description of the devil is the white dude. It's not like so this angelic being that you're talking about, what is his description though?
They don't describe him. They don't describe him. There's no physical description of him.
So that kind of bugs me out because
why does it bug you out? Why do you got to know what that nigga look like to not look? Why you got to know what he looked like to not? You said did you grow up a blood or a Crip?
No, I grew up in that time frame. I was banging a little bit.
Right.
But
when you was banging, you didn't have to know what Satan looked like, but you sure followed him though.
I did. That was back
okay. So why do you got to know what he looked like? Why do you got to know what he looked like to not follow him?
No. That ain't what I'm saying to you, fam. What I'm saying to you is there's a description of everybody in that book.
There's not a description of everybody. There's not a description of everybody in the book. That's not true.
Well, what I'm saying, hold on, listen to what I'm saying. And Daniel 7:9 describes the ancient.
Hey brother, you heard of Michael? You heard of Michael in the Bible, right? The angel Michael.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Stop. The angel Michael, you've heard of him in the Bible, right?
Okay, yeah.
What does he look like?
I don't know.
Then stop saying there's a description of everybody in the Bible. Yes, there's a description. Slow down.
What does he look like?
It doesn't fucking matter. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. It describes the Most High having woolly hair, having a garment on, sitting on a throne. It describes Yahushua. It doesn't have to describe what everybody looks like. You know what's more important than that? Do you keep the law? Do you keep the law, statute, commandments of God?
I do the best I can on some
okay.
real. I mean,
here's what I would switch that mind state. I would switch from saying I do the best that I can and just switch to I keep the commandments. That's more important than what anybody looks like.
You know, I fight the good fight, though. He said fight to the end. Certain things I still
Well, fight
struggle
harder
with, no
then.
doubt.
Well, fight
but
harder.
It's not like this is who I am.
Yeah,
and this is
you should fight. You should fight harder. Because you know what Christ. Because Christ said, "Be ye therefore perfect, as your Father in heaven is perfect." So fight harder. That's more what I'm trying to get you to see. I'm not questioning what laws you break or keep. That's not what I'm trying to get you to see. What I'm trying to get you to see is that who cares what any of them look like? The Bible says that the Bible. Man, shut the fuck up.
I ain't mean to cut you off. I ain't trying to cut you off.
The Bible says that you will entertain angels unaware. So who cares what they look like? That's not important. All right, we're about to wind down now. Now we're in the wind down time. That means now I am only taking one question. So I'm going to the phone calls before I come back to TikTok. So we got 917-995. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I forgot I had it on mute.
No sweat, brother.
Hello, you hear me?
No problem. What's your? Yeah, I hear you try. What was your question or comment?
All right, cool. I got a question about a scripture and a comment I'd like to share real quick about that.
Before you do that, we probably got about
we
probably got about 10 more minutes. Let's see if we get them likes up on TikTok. Y'all could go ahead and throw it down. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's at least get to 40. I guess we ain't getting to 60K today. Let's see if we can at least get to 40K. All right. Go ahead, brother. What's your question?
How much time you been on? You ain't give us the time yet.
Come on, man. I've been on 150. I've been on 115 minutes. Yeah, you try to get me on here 8 hours. Hey, wait, before you go, to T. Smith, the reason why I dropped you, brother, is because you wasn't getting it. And I have too many people that I have to answer their calls. You just wasn't getting it. You want to know what they look like. Get you a comic book and maybe draw it yourself. That's not important. What they look like. If what they look like was important, the description would be in the Bible. That's why I dropped you. You might want to relax, man. You focusing on the wrong thing. All right, go ahead, brother. What's your question?
All right. My question is about Ecclesiastes 7, verse 20.
Mm-hmm. What it say?
So there is not a just man upon the earth that doeth good and sinneth not.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain the context of that?
You pair that with you pair that scripture with a wise man falls 7 times, but he gets back up.
Okay.
That's what that's talking about. So when it says in when you start at verse 19, it says, "Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men, which are in the city. But there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Also take no heed unto all the words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant and curse thee." Christ echoed the same sentiments. When they call Christ good, what did Christ say?
None good but one.
Which is the Most High. Did Christ sin? No.
No.
But he still did not take the position of being good. That's the point of that scripture. Like, the point of the scripture is to not think that you're so just that you will not sin, that you will not fall. That's the point of that scripture.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Quick question about that video you posted on today, or reposted with that guy from Untamed or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. Caller, hold on.
About the the mixed multitude, and you said it was like 600,000 men or something like that.
Right.
And he came straight Christian with it, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what it says, but I don't believe that." I'm surprised you didn't jump on him about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably got to go back and watch it and see. There was probably a reason why I didn't jump on him about it.
I mean, yeah, sometimes when you're in the midst of the conversation, the ball's just rolling, and you might, it just might pass you. But my man said, yeah, it says that, but I don't believe it. That was his exact words. I was like, oh man.
That's typical Christian response. That's just like when I asked that brother just now. He said Jesus and God was the same, and I asked him who was the Father that sent his Son. I don't know.
Right. Christians, they believe the Bible, or so they say, but they don't believe the words that are written in the Bible. It's just crazy.
That's correct.
I see that shit all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I agree.
I just wanted to share that.
All right, no sweat. I appreciate
it. Make a clip out of that, man. Find that shit, make a clip out of him. That shit was crazy. Like,
all right, no sweat. I appreciate it.
All right.
On TikTok, we got Amora, if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, man.
You got a question?
I joined simply because I know you guys don't attack me, but it's okay. It's okay. Thinking about sin.
Thinking about what?
I don't really believe sin. Like
sin?
Like doing bad stuff and believing it.
Oh, you don't believe
like,
you don't believe
that is manufactured.
You don't believe in sin?
Nah, don't believe you because you're God's creation and you're a divine being. I don't think you're able to have sin. If you do that, you're coming to a place where you are a lesser being of a person.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
so you're not saying that. So you're not saying that people can't sin. You're saying if they do sin, they're not of God. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the Bible. That's actually in the Bible. In 1 John, I think in the book of 1 John, could be 4 or 5. Give me one second. In the Bible, it says, if you say that you are of God, but your sin, you're a liar. I'm just trying to find the verse. So what you're saying is not off of what you're saying. I initially thought you was going a little crazy, but you actually are not. This is 1 John 5:18. It says, we know that whosoever is born of God sinneth not, but he that is begotten of God keepeth himself, and the wicked one touching him not. So if you're born of God, then you don't sin.
Yeah.
So if you're a sinner, then you're not born of God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And the other thing is the Godfather, Son, the Holy Spirit. Most of these temples, I believe.
You said what? You said did you say the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not real.
That's what
as far as the Trinity, if you talk about like the Trinity, that's not real. There is a Father, there is a Son, there is a Holy Spirit, but as far as the Trinity, though, that's not real.
That's what I'm saying. How come all this stuff is manufactured in today's life, and we have lived?
Yeah, that's Christian. That's Christianity's fault. Christianity, which became very dogmatic and began mixing Greek and Roman philosophy with the Bible, that's where you have that. But you won't find a Trinity being taught in early, like during the time of Christ. You won't see it in the Old and New Testament. You won't see it during that time. It comes later.
That's why I was saying, like, why did they chase Jesus out of churches? And
why did they? You said why did they change?
Why did they chase him out?
Why did they chase who out? What are you talking about?
Chase Jesus out.
Chase him out of what?
When Jesus went to teach in a synagogue, they wanted to stone him and ask him to.
They wanted to stone him because they didn't understand him. That's why they wanted to stone him. They wanted to stone him. You got to hold on, caller. They wanted to stone him because hey, you got to mute your phone too, dude.
All right.
Thank you. So they wanted to stone him because either they didn't understand what he was saying or he was condemning them for the wickedness that they was doing. That's why.
I'm saying that's the same church that...
Wait, hold on. Before you say that, Bezos, I am not that light. It is dark out here. But anyway, go ahead. I'll take one more response because I do got to get to everybody before I end the live stream.
Yeah, peace.
Peace. Thank you. All right. Radford, you there? All right, I'm gonna go to Drop City. Drop City, you there?
Yeah, what's going on, Cat? Just saying what's up, man.
Oh, no sweat. I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Oh, you too, brother. Appreciate it. All right. Radford, I'm gonna give you another shot. You there?
DNA. What do you have a question?
Come on, y'all gotta get it together now before I kick you off the live.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I can hear you. You got a question or comment?
I just want to say, I think it's a good thing that you're doing, brother. That's all I want to say.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it greatly. All right.
Hello.
All right. On the phone lines, it says Charles on my phone.
Hey, what's going on, Cat?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing, man. Hey, I was just thinking the other day, man. You know, I grew up in a single parent house. You know, moms raised me, and I school, and I was on my way home. I was thinking about what a woman was gonna do to me, not a man. You know what I'm saying? Because my father wasn't around.
Right.
So I was telling her, I think that played a role in a lot of issues I had growing up. Even till now, you know, dudes talk crazy or they say something slick. You know, it's like I'm ready to jump at them, and it's been like that. And I told her I think that had to do with me having an answer to a woman. You know, I mean, I was like, damn, mom's gonna whip my, you know, when I get home. You know, it was always what my mama was gonna do, not my father. And I told her,
and that's because you grew up with your mother, right? Right. I think so.
Uh-huh.
What also you got to add is growing up with just your mother without your father, you learn to not respect male authority. That's
that too. But you know what? I had like my basketball coaches and stuff like that. I was cool. Male teachers.
But in that
house,
house,
cool. Just that when they say something slick.
That's what I'm saying. And did your mom keep your father away, or did your father just stay away?
Well, he stayed away. Yeah.
Was it because of your mom?
Yeah, I mean, you know, she had me, and he got a wife. Look. My pops lived 2 blocks around the corner from me. You know, I ain't never seen the inside of his house. I found out he died on Google.
Damn.
You know, I'll be outside playing football with my friends. They're like, man, ain't that your pops? And I'm like, yeah. He rolled by like, yeah, you know, like he ain't seen me. You know, and he's just living around the corner, but I never stepped foot in his yard.
That's diabolical. And you never was able to speak to him?
I mean, I spoke to him, you know, but
what?
They don't even know it's them, you know. Never met them.
I'm sorry you went through that, but that definitely is why you didn't have, you didn't respect male authority, because your father's 2 blocks away. And you like, if my father don't care about me, why do I care about what this gym person say? Why do I care about what this person say? It would have taken somebody. Yeah.
But you don't think? I think that's the what a lot of black men growing up in a matriarch, you know, household, you know.
No, you're right. No, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. That's why I'm saying that. Like, we grow up not respecting male authority because we don't have it around. And that's the unfortunate part. That the value of fathers being around increases a man's discipline, his logic, his understanding. Because if you just have a woman around, you're going to be emotional like her. You're going to respond emotionally like her. You're going to yell like her. You're going to scream like her. Whereas if you grow up around a man, you'll respond as a man. And men don't yell all the time. It's not a time for men to yell all the time. When you see a lot of these grown men that you see and they yell instantly, you just ask them if they grew up with their daddies. And then you find out that they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah. I mean.
But I appreciate it, though.
Hey,
go ahead.
Yeah, I got one more quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
Did Lot sleep with his daughters?
Lot's daughters got him drunk and slept with him.
Okay, they got him drunk.
Yeah, and slept with him.
So he had no knowledge. Okay.
He had knowledge afterwards, but they got him drunk and then slept with him.
Okay, all right, appreciate it.
All right, no sweat. 323-491.
Thanks, Cat, for letting me up, man. Appreciate it.
No sweat. You the last call on my phone.
Oh, man, all praise to the Most High, man. I'm glad I made it right in at the right time to catch that last one. Then
definitely.
I just got a couple of questions, man. You know, I was just wondering, are you gonna like lightly debate this dude, Sako, whatever his name is,
Shamoun?
Sako? Samson. No, not Shamoun. The other dude that you was with. The apostle and Suntan, and you was with.
Sekou?
You guys was like.
I'm not debating Sekou. No, I'm not. No. I'm not debating Sekou. No, he can kiss my ass.
Because I see how they on there talking about Cap ducking the fade. And
yeah, listen, man, they trying their hardest to get me to debate that Hamite. I'm not debating that stinking ass Hamite. I'm not debating them. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I see your face the whole time. Like you wasn't. Your face is the whole time, like,
he's a nobody. He's a nobody that want to be a somebody that think he has the right to debate me. I'm gonna give you an example. So I'm debating this guy Sam Shamoun Saturday, right? Sam Shamoun is apparently a big deal in the Christian world. A lot of people want to debate him. I've seen Deaconess Hakai fighting for him, vying for his attention. Sam Shamoun been talking about me for about 6 months since I debated Inspiring Philosophy. Makes video after video after video about me. And so I realized he must be their icon. He must be their man, but I think he's weak. So now I'll go ahead and debate him because that's a good meal to eat. That's something you could sink your teeth in. Sekou, who the hell knows this nigga? I don't know Sekou.
Let me ask you though. Because
This your last question too. Now make sure you ask the right.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. This is gonna be regarding to what he said. But let me skip on to the next one then. So, because it'll sound like 3, but I'm trying to conjoin it to make it like 2.
Well, come on with it, brother. All right, come on with it, brother.
But no, like real quick though, like so. I mean, aren't certain Nigerians, certain Ethiopians, aren't they part of
they could
side?
They could be. But
they
you
could be.
Okay, but you come up on that stage.
Thank
you, but you come on that stage talk about you a Hamite. I'm gonna take you for what you is.
Right. Last question is.
No, man, ain't no last. Oh yeah, I think that's on my phone. No, you just asked the last question, man.
No, I tied it into the Sekou dude. That's why I was like, ain't it true that some of them are?
Right, that's your question. That's a question, man.
All right, Cap.
Yeah, come on, man. You trying to sneak. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how I'm smooth? I ain't smooth enough.
No, man, it's 131 minutes, man. I've been sitting in this car. It's dark out.
And you know what? I just clocked in. You see, I'm last, so I clocked in at the last end.
At the last
I'm still grateful to get you.
All right, brother.
I feel grateful to get you, but unfortunately, since I'm the last dude, I'm gonna get shut down like that. But
I appreciate. Yes, and look how you trying to make me feel bad. I'm the last dude. I'm gonna get shut down like that. Yes, she is getting shut down. Now, I'm going live tomorrow.
I'm grateful.
I appreciate it, brother.
I'd rather have an opportunity to speak than none at all.
Boy,
so
you poured it on. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Man, shalom, man.
Hey, shalom. All right, you too. All right, y'all, man. I appreciate you. You said...
what faith are you, sir, Captain?
I'm an Israelite. Thank you. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. So until next time, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham, Yahweh Shema Thum Bashem Yahushua. Now to my Now to my YouTube audience, I have my super chats right here. So I already did the first one. I played You Don't Know How I Feel to Be Black. UPK Princess asks, well, because that's the actual question, I'm gonna read that one last. Drop City, small hat white man is the most dangerous. Shout out to Drop City. Fool too wise, teach him Cap. I'm not taking no more questions, man. Stop calling. ISBK Princess says, can you break down Luke 19:8? My coworker said this means, hold on. Shit. Oh my God, I just clicked it off. Hold up, let me get back to it. Bear me 1 second, y'all. Let me see if this is on here. Hold on, let me see. I just clicked it off. Hold up, let me get back to it. Can you break down Luke 19:18? My coworker said this means Zacchaeus was a thief, but when I read it, that's not what I got from it. Let me read Luke 19:8. Luke 19:8 says, and Zacchaeus stood and said unto the Lord, behold, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold. Yeah, he's not saying he took anything. It's almost like he's saying it like I give up half my goods. And if I have taken anything from a man by false accusation, I restore it fourfold. And he's saying false accusation, meaning even if someone accused me falsely, I still restore him. So that's what that means. All right. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. This is the first time I started in the, oh shit. Oh man. Wait, hold on. I'm over here messing up. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. There we go. All right. Started in the daytime. It's nighttime now. Until next time. Oh, the Sam Shamoun debate is Tuesday. Tuesday, 1 o'clock. Before I go, I'm going to talk about the Sam Shamoun. The Sam Shamoun debate, before I go. This debate that I do, this Jesus is the Most High God is the easiest debate against Christians. It's going to be a semantic one. What I'm getting a kick out of is everybody thinks this is like this major big deal, and it's not. It's really not. It's just going to go one of two ways. If he acts like William, I'm going to act like William. When I did the debate with William and doing all the cutting off, so I had a phone call with Sam, and I told Sam, with the moderator as a witness, and this is what I said. I said, I don't care what you say in the debate on subject, but I don't want the disrespectful talk. I don't want to be talked about personally. I'm not going to talk about you personally. We're going to talk about the subject. That's the phone conversation I had with him. If he goes left field, you're going to see cross the line to Tazaryach. I'm just letting y'all know. If he goes left field, you're going to see cross the line to Tazaryach. If he goes there, you're going to hear cross the line, Captain Tazaryach. I'm just letting you know. All right? Till next time, shalom, Israel.